Practical Business is back now. If you want to take part in our discussions, you can text your questions or reactions to our globe number 0915-209-6012. That's 0915-209-6012. It's flashing on your screens. Now for our first corporate feature, we are going to feature CIIF Oil Mills. CIIF Oil Mills, which has been around for several decades now. You may not be very familiar with the name because it's the name brands under CIIF Oil Mills that you are familiar with. Our business feature.
In the late 70s up to the early 80s, and pursuant to presidential mandates to further strengthen the coconut industry, the Coconut Industry Investment Fund, or CIIF, invested in coconut oil mills and refining companies. This group now constitutes the biggest and the most integrated conglomerate in the Philippine coconut industry. It has produced premium and world-class coconut oil products for local market and for export. This includes Minola.
Noong panahon ng aking father, siyang nagsimula mag-market ng Minola ng mga taong 1963. Noon dati, kokonti ang mga kompetensya sa bentahan ng oil, ng Minola, ng mga cooking oil. Pero ngayon, medyo marami ng pabrikang kompetensya, pero nandito pa rin ang Minola. Ang Minola ay isang napakagandang produkto.
The CIIF group continued to grow and has kept abreast with new and modern technologies. The group now substantially owns 6 companies traditionally engaged in the business of coconut oil milling and refining. These are Legazpi Oil Company Incorporated, Cagayan de Oro Oil Company Incorporated, Gran Export Manufacturing Corporation, San Pablo Manufacturing Corporation, Southern Luzon Coconut Oil Mill Incorporated, and Minola Refining Corporation, a joint venture company with Mitsubishi Corporation of Japan. CIIF Oil Mills Group not only builds its strength within its conglomerate, it is backed up by local affiliated industries such as one of the nation's largest bank, United Coconut Planters Bank or UCPB, and a top insurance company, CocoLife. In the global market, the CIIF Oil Mills Group has catered to the coconut oil and copra meal requirements of the world's biggest and prestigious customers over the years. The United Coconut Planters International, or UCPI France, another CIIF company, serves as the marketing arm for Europe. Granex Corporation USA, a Granex subsidiary with offices in New Jersey, USA, serves the North American region, and soon with new partnerships that will keep the export industry growing. CIIF has a well-planned network that contributes to a fast, reliable, and efficient supply and distribution of coconut oil products. CIIF has its own company operating a fleet of vessels, the Iligan Bay Express Corporation, or IBEC, that is used for transporting coconut oil and copra. With over 20 copra buying stations located in different coconut-producing provinces in the country, the CIIF Oil Mills Group is assured of abundant supply of source materials for its production. With its noble share in contributing immensely to the vertical integration of the coconut industry as mandated, the group is now geared towards the global competitiveness of the industry. The group produces world-class and quality products complying with the stringent requirements of good manufacturing practices, complemented with hazard analysis and critical control points. With its meticulous research and development team headed by top brass chemists, CIIF ensures that coconut oil mill products meet international quality standards. The group has acquired and continues to acquire, as part of its continuing development, modern machines and facilities such as crystallizers, an interesterification plant, and a form, fill, and seal machine. The CIIF Oil Mills Group has combined annual crushing capacity of 840,000 metric tons of copra and refining capacity of 306,000 metric tons of different grades of processed coconut oil.
Okay, sir. If memory serves, the CIIF Oil Mills was not in good financial health for the longest time. So how did you manage to bring it out of the financial coma in what, less than 2 years, ba? More or less?
Well, these are sequestered companies.
Yes.
And the previous PCGG have been appointing a lot of people to handle it. And in 2008, towards the end, they lost about 1.5 billion. So I was requested by GMA to take over. And I took over from being a director of UCPB. I moved as president CEO. And of course, you have to be focused on your job. Unlike the previous one, when he traveled 27 times in 2.5 years abroad.
Yes.
You have to be there because this is a traded commodity. And you have to be there daily. Check the prices. Para hindi ka mahuli. Pag nahuli ka sa trading, let's say you traded at the higher, lower price, and all of a sudden, copra goes up, patay ka na. So, it has to be, you have to be focused, you have to be hands-on, and of course, kasama na swerte dyan. At dumami din ang copra. So, when I took over 2009, mid-2009, end of 2009, we made 72 million. 2010, we made 270 plus million. 2011, we made 230 million. And this time, it may be less because there is a depressed price of fats and oil in the world market. Bagsak ang presyo.
Sir, pero itong pag-asenso nito...
By the way,
yeah.
I was reappointed by Noynoy Aquino.
Yes, sir. But you are essentially counting on products that have already established themselves, no? Household names na itong mga produkto under you. So does that make it easier for you? Kasi papasok dyan yung advantage of something that is already in the public consciousness.
Parang known brand.
Yes.
Well, we are experiencing a lot of competition coming from imports. Alam mo naman, yung palm oil na galing Malaysia, Indonesia, pumapasok sa Pilipinas. Okay lang if these are imported and they pay the correct duties and taxes. Pero ito smuggled lahat eh. So we are experiencing that now. Alam mo, basically, cheaper talaga ang palm oil because per hectare, you produce 5 tons of oil. In coconut, you only produce 450 kilos of oil per hectare. So, talagang hirap ka, no? But we got also a partner in Indonesia to sell also palm oil. But considering that we are sequestered, and we are honest people in the running the company, we have to pay all taxes. And these guys are not paying. So they can outsell us by reducing their price, not from their profit or cutting their profit, but by stealing from the government and using that.
Okay. Now, back to Lian naman. She was sharing earlier her career origins, in other words, and how she landed into this profession. And what does it take, Lian? Tell us something about your personal testimonial because that will tell our audience, more or less, kung meron ba silang K, in other words, na pumasok dito sa industriya nyo.
Well, as what Sir have said, you have to be witty when it comes to applying for work or any job-related thing. Before, I was working for AB Babes.
Yes.
But before that, I started working for marketing, and then I went for EB Babes, which is Init Bulaga.
Yeah.
So it's just, actually it's just a hobby. I really love dancing. That's it. And then after that, I got pregnant.
Uh-huh.
So I have 2 kids now.
Yes.
So I think it's not appropriate for me anymore to go back to dancing. So I think now is the time that I have to apply for a really more decent work, I think. No, actually, I'm not saying that dancing is not decent. But it's not appropriate for my kids to see it anymore. Like I'm wearing skimpy clothes and stuff. So I tried to apply for a corporate job.
For those who want to get into the PR profession, would you recommend it? Is it rewarding? Not only financially, because a lot of jobs pay well, but there is also the emotional compensation. Are you happy with what you're doing right now? Is that
Yes.
something you want to share with others?
Yes, as long as you're happy and para sa'yo magaan yung ginagawa mo because you love your work, well, I think that would be the first reason why you have to go for that. Dapat gusto mo yung ginagawa mo.
In terms of qualifications, ano bang kailangan nila? Aside from, of course, yung diploma. Pero sometimes yung
Yes,
diploma,
yes.
hindi mo naman talaga nagagamit lahat ng bagay dun eh.
Yeah.
Yung communication skills, I mean, you can teach that, but there are people who have it either naturally or
Yes,
they don't. Like
exactly.
Mr. Arranza is one of the more articulate businessmen. A lot of businessmen are good with numbers, pero few are as good with words as he is, which is why he's the chairman of the FPI
I
right now.
hope so.
Aha.
I hope you're telling the truth.
Anyway, Lian, yung communication skills is one. No? At least we can see that you're good with that. Pero basically, ano yung mga tips mo sa kanila?
I think abilities. It's important. Kasi minsan, when you go to, let's say, a job interview and you can't even answer. So, that's one thing you have to remember. Your guts, confidence.
Okay. Mr. Arranza, pag sa job interviews na pag-usapan nga natin, no? Dahil kasi kayo ang boss eh. Kayo ultimately ang pipirma kung hired o hindi sila hired eh. Anong may re-recommenda nyo sa kanila? Ano ba? Kailangan ba yung pananamit nila
kailangan.
naka-Amerikana sila?
Pag nag-ayos ka, disente ka. And then, sa lalaki naman, yung maayos sa damit, hindi yung mga parang kung ano suot, no? Hindi naman yung masyadong overbearing.
Overdressed, oh.
Overdressed. Sa babae, siguro bawasan yung mga perfume. Alam mo, it's annoying sometimes, no? You go to inside the room, that's why you see stewardesses. Hindi wala kang mamoy na perfume sa kanila. Because each one of us has preferences.
Yes.
Siyempre kung iba ang amoy, to-turn off ka agad. Pagpasok ko sa kwartot, na-annoy ako, di pa alisin na kita. I will not even interview you for a few minutes pa. Annoying eh. And especially in my case, I have a very strong sense of smell. Na-annoy ako sa ganon. Even male. I don't use perfume. I don't put anything.
Okay.
Hygiene.
Nakakano. So pagkatapos, huwag naman yung masyadong submissive.
Yes. Yun nga ang itatanong ko sa inyo. Dapat ba yung gusto niyo medyo agresibo yung kausap niyo? Parang may presence.
Nasa lugar. Hindi naman yung puro ganun na lang. No? Advance, bastos na. Nasa lugar. Pag may tanong na you have to answer authoritatively, do it. But ititay mo na hindi yung overbearing ka. Huwag mayabang.
Yes. So in other words, balance rin.
Balance lahat yan.
Your experiences, Lian, as far as your job interviews are concerned, I'm sure napag-usapan kasi, EB Babes to, artista ito, tapos jumping into the corporate. I'm sure kung sino man nag-interview sa kanya, kung sino man yung tao na yun, medyo hinaluka yun eh. Napag-usapan yun. Ewan ko kung in a good light or in a bad light.
Medyo in a good light naman.
O kung hinaras ka, pero...
I'm actually happy that they're flexible about my time, no? Because I am actually doing acting, and then at the same time, I'm doing this PR company, which is Full Circle Communications.
You're very masipag.
Well, yes.
Okay. So insights mo, dahil kasi come graduation, tens of thousands of Filipinos will graduate again, maghahanap ng trabaho. Anong insights na ma-share mo sa kanila?
I think whatever they want to do with their lives, just do it. As long as you want to do it, as long as yun yung gusto mong path na puntahan, well, then go for it. As long as kaya mo and you have the abilities to do it, then...
Pero marami gusto mag-PR. Paano nila malalaman kung meron silang karapatan o meron silang kaya na pumasok dyan sa PR profession? Dahil unang-una, aminin na natin, asset dyan yung maganda. I guess yung pogi, yung mga PR na lalaki. Pero hindi ko masyado kinakausap yung mga yan. Yung mga magagaling magsalita, yung medyo may class ang dating. Now, ikaw siguro yung attributes na yan meron. Pero sila, introspection, paano nila malalaman whether it's a waste of their time or whether they should pursue it? Ano ang iyong tip sa kanila?
Well, hindi lang naman siguro yan sa dating at sa ganda. Well, I think it's about your skills also. You have to do whatever it takes to submit to your client or submit to whatever the job is asking from you. So, yun.
Okay. So, ito ang yung mga words of wisdom yan. Dahil kasi malaking bagay yan, Lian, para dun sa mga either dun sa mga fresh graduates. So, not necessarily yung mga bata, marami gusto mag-shift ng career din eh. Dahil kasi after several years siguro working for a certain company or working in a certain field, they come to the realization that it may not be for them. So they want to shift careers, no? So so you obviously you're probably made for that business. Pero do you think that the industry is saturated na? Ibig sabihin, marami na ba nagsisiksikan na ba kayong mga PR professionals diyan na sobra na yung competition?
Actually, no naman. Pero in public relations, everyone is, magkakaibigan na rin sila eh. Nagtutulungan din sila. Hindi competitive yung industry. So
nakasmile pag magkaharap?
Oh, yes. So, pag magkatalikod, hindi na. Joke.
That's the corporate environment siguro.
Yes, it's about the company, how you are going to strategize and... Sorry.
Anyway, I would like to greet our viewers in Taiwan, Brunei, South Korea, Hong Kong, and as far away as Japan. I know a lot of Filipinos out there are watching and maybe looking for some inspiration as far as second careers, alternative sources of income, and maybe tips. Practical Business will be right back. Don't go away.